Hi, sports fans. It is Tuesday evening, April 28th, and welcome to the Ingleside Sports Podcast Coaches Show. So, we always have our head softball coach from Ingleside join us a few times throughout the regular season to talk about the program, the players. He usually has players that come on. We do have a player, one of his varsity players will be joining the podcast as well. And I'll introduce him here in just a bit. But we're going to be talking Ingleside softball. They are in the playoffs again. They just completed the by district round. They swept Sweeny in 2 of 3 games. They will now start tomorrow. They will travel right up the road to Gregory Portland for a 2 or 3 game series with Robstown. So I invite all of the Ingleside fans. I don't really have to invite them because every time I've gone out there, they just show up. They're loud, they're rowdy. So I'm sure that short trip, they're all going to be out there cheering the Lady Mustangs as they'll try to get that win and advance to the next round of the playoffs. And so I want to introduce the head coach, the guy that runs that program there in Ingleside, Coach Kevin Lewis. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well. Appreciate you giving us a little time to talk about our program, and everything's going well.
Absolutely, Coach. This team oh so close last year. You did lose some players, but man, a lot of these girls were there last year. There's a lot of experience coming back from that run last year. So obviously, we're going to be paying close attention here with this team, and hopefully, we get to that state title game this year, Coach, and win it all and bring that trophy back over to Ingleside. I think the Lady Mustangs have a great chance to do that. And then we coach has one of his players tonight joining us, senior Kai Sanchez. Kai, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for joining us, Kai. I'm gonna keep you a few minutes here. Wanted to bring you on, introduce you to the community. First time that she's been on the podcast, and you've seen we've had a couple of girls. Also, we do the GT Sports one-on-one quick take from the softball field. Is something that we started to try to get more of the girls. We can't bring them all on the podcast, and so when they have a great performance, I talk to coach after practice. Coach allows me to spend a few minutes with them. And talk to them. So you've seen we've had Lana Walker, we've had Kylie Ward, and we hope to continue to do that in this series. And so we'll do that to try to get more girls, introduce more of the girls to the community and surrounding area. So Kai, I'll start with you first. So you're a senior. So I want you to introduce yourself to the community, if you don't mind. Tell them what position you play, your jersey number.
I play right field and I'm number 2.
So Kai was on the team last year, made that run. So we'll definitely get her thoughts on this run and see what she thinks about the winning the state title and bringing that back over to Ingleside. But Kai, I wanted to talk to you about Sweeny. Let's go back to the by district round. You had a great game in game 2. You guys really did quick work of Sweeny, got the 2 wins in game 1 and 2. You played them there, then you came over to your place. And in that game 2 there in Ingleside, you were 3 for 3, had 1 run, 1 RBI. Going into game 2, you guys were coming in, you won game 1. So you definitely wanted to finish it off in game 2. But what were you feeling that day? I always like to ask when I see the stats. You did very well. Were you feeling it that morning when you got up? Did you say, today's going to be my day? I'm going to have a good day out in the field. And what were you seeing from their picture to have that great night in game 2 versus Sweeny?
I feel like I actually did really good. I had some doubt in myself with my hitting, and seeing that I went 3 for 3 actually lifted my confidence up more. And can you repeat that question again, please?
What was the feeling? So you guys, the offense has been really good going into the season. A lot of the girls were coming back. I felt because I watched this team last year. We streamed some of the games last year, so I got to see that run that you guys were on. So there was a lot of young girls, but really experienced girls coming back. I thought that the offense for this team this year was really powerful. Anybody that pitches against you guys, there's I mean, even the younger ones first year are impacting the game in terms of offense. And when I look at Ingleside from 1 to 9, they can hit. The bottom of the lineup is producing runs for Coach Lewis. Obviously, the top in the middle of the lineup, you guys got some power there. We've seen some girls hit some home runs. So when you guys beat Sweeny in that first by district round, what was the attitude? What was the mood? Were you guys obviously you were happy, but was there a lot of celebration, or was it just look, now we're going on and we're focused now on the second round?
I would say both. After the game, we were pretty hyped about it, and then we we know that we're playing Robstown, and so now that's telling us that like we need to focus on the things that we need to work to continue in playoffs.
Right. And now you go over to you play Robstown. You played them last year. You swept them last year. Obviously, that's last year. This is this year. But you guys did very good against them. I'm not sure what they're bringing back or anything. But you're not going to have to travel too far. I'd like to ask you: do you like the traveling in the playoffs? Do you like those like that drive to Sweeny? Do you like those drives, or would you rather play closer to home?
I like the bus rides. We always laugh. We're always talking. We're just trying to hype each other up before any game that we have.
How hard is it to go down to a game like that? Because you guys get back late, right? And then you got to go to school. Or does the school allow you to take a little break and come in a little late, or do you got to show up to class just like every other day?
Yep, show up to class like every other.
Yeah, well, maybe Coach Lewis will give y'all a little break because you came in a little late. Maybe he'll cut practice early. I don't know that he'll do that, but you guys definitely. It is tough. Obviously, you guys take those long trips. The longer you go in the playoffs, the longer those rides are coming back, right? So hopefully you guys will be playing softball after school ends. But now let's talk about Robstown. Like I said, you're just going to have to travel down the road there to Gregory Portland. What do you know about Robstown, if anything? And you played them last year. And your thoughts on game one? You play it tomorrow. By the way, all three of these games will be played in Gregory Portland. Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but all these games will be played in Gregory Portland. There'll be game one tomorrow, game two on Thursday, and if there needs to be a game three, that will be on Saturday morning. Am I correct in that, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you don't have to travel too far, Kai. What does your team have to do? What do you know about Robstown, and what do you feel your team needs to do? What do you want to see from your team going into game one to take that first win?
I've heard that we've faced the pitchers during spring league, and for us as a team, we just need to hit line drives and ground balls. Just have our bats working for us to be able to get on base.
Absolutely. And it does help that you got Kylie Ward there in the circle. Kylie's been great this year. And that helps too. If for some reason the offense sometimes doesn't, they kind of struggle a little bit at times. All offenses do that. Not everyone comes with their A game. It's always good to have a pitcher like Kylie Ward that can hold that other offense until you get the runs needed to win that game. So again, those games that will be played in Portland, that's just right down the street. Few-minute drive there from Ingleside. So again, I'm going to invite all the Mustang fans to show up. But like I said earlier, they don't really need an invitation. I've been to a couple games. That's a rowdy bunch you guys have out there. It's really nice to be able to see they get into the game, and I think a lot of the girls get energy from those fans. But game one tomorrow, Coach, is that at 7 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
So that's at 7 p.m. So definitely, I'm sure you guys are going to have your fans out there cheering you on. Kai, last year, you guys made that deep playoff run. Not sure if you guys thought you would get that far, but you did. I saw a lot of the girls really grow up, the younger girls, during the playoffs. I mean, it was really exciting to see because I'm sure some of them were nervous. They'd never been there, but boy, they excelled. You guys were oh so close to that state title. And I'm sure you guys understand, and I'm sure you've had conversations, but for you, you were a junior last year. This is your last year. You will not be back next year. What would it mean for you personally to get to that state title, win it, and bring that championship back to Ingleside?
I would. I don't know how to word this.
Would you bring
I
the
would,
would you bring the trophy to your house?
and I would not. I I would just bring the team up and like tell them like there's no like need for like bad attitude and just to like basically like just keep them up and like push them harder for us to get to that spot.
Kai, do you guys have conversations? I know sometimes coaches don't want to have the team talk about that. It's Robstown, right? It's Robstown, and that's where the focus is. And I'm sure the coaches tell you guys that because you don't want to overlook any opponent, right? But for you guys, obviously with the playoffs, I'm not talking about players and coaches, but just players in general, whether you're in the classroom after practice or you guys are just out of school. Do you guys ever talk now that you're in the playoffs about getting back to that state title? Or is this, we don't focus on that? We don't talk about that. This is Robstown. That's what we're focused on now.
We do both here and there. We'll talk about how like far we want to come like last year, and then like we'll also focus on the game against Robstown.
Absolutely. Well, listen, last year, like I said, you guys swept them, but every year is different. I'm sure Robstown understands how tough this Ingleside team is. I'm sure their coaches are going to have them prepared. And I'm sure Coach Lewis has you guys prepared and ready to go. I got to tell you, Kai, I think you guys have a great opportunity this year to get to that state title game. I like what you guys have. I think Coach Lewis has done a great job. I remember him telling me when he got here that he wanted to instill that winning tradition, right? That this team could go far. It wasn't just one round and they were satisfied. He was trying to build a championship team here. And in a short period of time, he's done that. And it's been exciting. I think I'm not from Ingleside, right? But it's just exciting to see a team as close as I followed you guys last year. I support this team. And I hope you guys get there. I think with the players and the talent that's coming back and the coaching, I think Ingleside has a very good chance to get back up there. And I wish you guys all the luck in the world. It starts tomorrow in the second round, the area round of the playoffs. It's a 2 or 3 series, and game 1 is tomorrow in Portland. Ingleside taking on Robstown. Kai, before you go and I give you the final word, I wanted to give Coach Lewis an opportunity to talk about you, Coach, if you don't mind. Talk a little bit about Kai. How important all the kids obviously are important in your program, but what's Kai brought to the program?
Yeah, she started when she was a sophomore, and then last year she had something come up to where she wasn't able to play. We didn't get her back to the playoffs, so I think going into it, she kind of knew that she was just going to be the runner, and no, that was kind of her role there in the playoffs. But she was just getting back, and I know we did an assignment. I can't remember the exact assignment, but I was kind of asking them some questions about some things, and I kind of felt like, well, she put on there that she didn't really feel like she was a part of last year's team. And the one thing I told her was, well, we can't go back in time, but what we could do is we could do it this year, and you could be a part of it and a big part. And ever since then, we gave her a shot to hit, and she's been hitting. She's always played right field really well. So I knew coming into the season that we really weren't going to miss much in the outfield because I knew she had did it when she was a sophomore. Um, so just kind of solidified the outfield, and she's our only senior out there. So she's our leader out there. So she's a big part of the team. We're glad to have her speed back and just someone that we can count on because with our pitcher throwing fast, we know a lot of times they're going to hit it to right field, and she's there, waiting for the ball and does a great job for us.
Awesome. Kai, I'll ask you now to talk a little bit about the coach. For people who don't know Coach Lewis, what kind of coach is he? I'm sure he's a coach that has high expectations because you cannot get to where this team has gotten to last year and everything that it's accomplished, being co-district champs, all of that stuff. There has to be some hard work, and I'm sure at times, he has to, practice is hard or whatever that looks like. But what's it been like for you this year to be able to play under Coach Lewis? Because what's impressed me about Coach is he hasn't been there very long. And like I said, when we had the conversation the first time that I met him, he said, "Man, I want to instill this," And in a short period of time, I think he's over exceeded expectations. The girls have bought into this vision very quickly, and there's been a lot of success. What's it been like for you to play for a coach like this?
It's actually really good. Coach Lewis pushes us really well. He's always making sure we're like always on task, always on point. He's always like he's always I forgot what I was gonna say. He's just always like on task. He's always ready to. He's prepared for the games. He always has practice plans, and he's just ready to get moving. He's ready to keep winning games.
He does, and I watch it, and I think preparation. I've learned since I've done this podcast. I was like, man, just go coach. Because fans think that if we make a move here and a move there, that's just when I see sports. If you just hit this, coach, the results will be here. As I've done this podcast and really listened to coaches, there's so much that goes into coaching. I think coaches in any sport, especially group sports, team sport, I think that you can know softball all you want, but they've got to trust in the vision. You got to get the kids to buy into your vision, to see your vision. Coaches have to build that confidence in the kids. And what's been impressive to me as I've done this podcast with Coach Lewis now for the second year is as quick as he's been able to develop this team, how quickly this team has bought into his vision and the confidence that I see in all of the girls. We're talking about young girls here who are in ninth grade playing at a high level, 10th graders playing at a high level, that if you didn't know their classification, you think they were seniors. That's how they play, the high IQ. And a lot of that is credit to what he's been able to bring and have you guys buy into that system. So I think it's awesome. Coaches will never come on here and give themselves a pat in the back. I've never had a coach that comes in here and pats themselves. So I do it for them because what I see, I think coaches need to be recognized for the work that they do. And I think Ingleside's got a great coach and Coach Lewis out there, and the work that he's done in the short period of time is awesome. So Ingleside, you're blessed to have a coach like Coach Lewis. Kai, thank you for joining the podcast. Appreciate your time. Good luck against Robstown. I'm pretty confident. I shouldn't say that, but I'm hoping that Ingleside will be able to get another series win like they did last year. And I want to see this team go into the next round. But I'll give you the final word. Is there anything you want to add before we let you go, or any shout outs that you like to give mom and dad, or any friends, any teammates?
Just a shout out to my team and my coaches.
All right, Kai. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Good luck, man, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. That was senior Kai Sanchez. We brought in, like I said, we can't bring all the girls on the coaches show, and so we've been able to put a little GT Sports a one-on-one quick take. That's something after practice. I look at stats and someone that's had a great game, offensively or defensively. I send coach a text, can I get them on after practice? And it's a real quick 5-7 minute just to kind of talk about their performance so that we can shine light on other girls, or as many girls, I should say, as we can there for the softball program. Coach, first thing I want to do is congratulate you. Should have done that earlier, but on the win by district round over Sweeny, the girls, total domination by your team. I think the pitching was great defensively. Got a big win in game one, and Sweeny come back home, get a big win there to advance to the second round. Kai was one that had some great numbers there, but overall, I'd like to get your thoughts. What did you see from the Lady Mustangs in that first by district round versus Sweeny?
Yeah, what I saw for them is they executed the game plan. I don't want to say to perfection, but pretty close to it. We saw some stuff that we could that we could exploit from Sweeny, and the girls did a great job of following the game plan, and just doing what we needed to do to kind of take a stranglehold of the series.
And your team did great and got two big wins. And now tomorrow you'll travel there to Portland. You start the area round, second round with Robstown. You played them last year, coach, and you got the sweep on them last year. But every year it's a little different. What can you tell us about Robstown? What do you know? Obviously, I think you know them a little better because you played them last year. But what do they got coming back, and what are the keys to victory for the Lady Mustangs to be able to win the series and advance to the third round?
Yeah, I think they're kind of similar to Sweeny. I know Sweeny had six freshmen starting, and I believe Robstown has five or six, if not more. I know they graduated a couple of good players from last year, so um, it's going to be kind of a similar strategy. I'm not going to say what it is, but I know that they have some good young freshmen. Both their pitchers are freshmen, so they're kind of new. We played them in the fall league, and then we played them in the IWA tournament. Um, so we know a little bit about them, and then they have some returners that were on there last year as well. Um, but we're just gonna have to hit line drives and try to use our speed, um, and play good defense and hit our spots. And if we do that, we'll give ourselves a chance to win.
Absolutely. My apologies for not knowing this, but who did they beat in the by district round to get to the second round?
They beat Gruya.
Grudy. Okay. I didn't check that when I came on, so my apologies. Should have done that. Coach, I want to ask you about how healthy is this team? Are there any injuries? Are we going into this series at full strength?
Yeah, we should be. I don't want to say that they're 100%, but because we're what is it, 40? No, 35 games. This will be the 35th game. Uh, so probably some bumps and bruises on some, and some soreness, but for the most part, they'll be ready to go.
And my last question to you here is so the winner of Ingleside and Robstown will play the winner of what two teams?
Fredericksburg and Cuero, and they will also play on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Oh, so they're playing the same time you guys are.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
awesome. Wow. Well, Coach, thank you for coming on. Coach and I, we're gonna cut a little short. The Spurs are gonna be playing here in a big. Coach, you see his jersey on. He's a Spurs fan. I'm a Spurs fan. So I told him, Coach, just come on real quick, and I'll get you off before the game starts. But Coach, good luck. I mean, I think you've done a great job, as you heard me say earlier, man. I thank you for coming on. I appreciate every time you come on. They're long days to be able to talk about your program, and thank you for bringing some of these girls that otherwise I wouldn't be able to introduce if you didn't bring them on. But this is a great program, and in a short period of time, like I said, coaches never come on here and pat themselves. They'll never give themselves credit, and I respect that because coaches they always put it up on on the kids, which is rightfully so. They play the game, but there has to be great leadership. I've always felt that, and there's more than just coaching the sport that you coach. You really got to dig deep and really get the best out of the kids. And I think that's not always an easy thing to do. You've been able not only to do this with this program, but you've been able to do it, Coach, in a short period of time with a lot of young talent. This team is young, and it's going to continue to be successful. And I'm just glad that you let me be a part of coming out, talking to you, talking to the kids, and streaming the games when I can. So I appreciate everything you do, Coach. Good luck. My feeling is, I told you earlier that I think this team can get back to where it was at last year. And I'm hoping that the Ingleside will be the last team standing and they'll be able to bring a championship here to the Coastal Bend area. Thank you for all that you do, Coach. Good luck against Robstown, and we'll talk to you soon. I'll give you the final word. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, thank you for the kind words. It means a lot. But I couldn't do it without the players. And they mean a lot to me, and they do everything that I ask most of the time, and they work hard to get where they're at. It's not just winning. Like I tell them, winning is not easy. You can't just show up and do it. If not, everybody would be doing it. And I'm just a small part of it, and they deserve a lot of the credit. But I appreciate the kind words, and I hope that all our fans make it out to Gregory Portland. I hear it's a fabulous stadium, so it ought to be fun.
It ought to be fun. I heard I've never been there, but I heard it's awesome too. So that'd be great. Coach, just something popped into my head. We talk a lot about the players. Obviously you set the standard there, but also I wanted to give you an opportunity. You have two assistant coaches that put so much work into what you do, that buy into your vision as well. And then they have to be able to connect that with the players. So not sure. I can't remember their names. If you can tell me their names again, because I think they do an awesome job. I've been out to a couple of games. I've seen the work that they do, but this team wouldn't be, or they wouldn't have the success, not only without you, but obviously with the assistant that you have. Could you tell me again who their names are?
Yeah, Coach Mark Spencer, and Coach Gaviline Longoria.
Yeah, I don't even go. I know you told me early on, and I couldn't remember them, and I didn't have them written down. But assistant coaches, they do a great job. All three of the coaches, Coach Lewis, obviously, he sets the standard. He's the head, the man there. But the assistants play such a big role. They do all the behind the scenes to get the team prepared. But these girls, this team has been great. This program is great, Coach. And in a short period of time, don't know how you do it, man, but you've been able to do it. It's awesome. Obviously, you have a passion and you love softball, but you got some great talent down there. And hopefully, this program is going to be good for the next couple of years. From what I see, I think that's going to be the case. But, Coach, good luck tomorrow. And then I'll talk to you. I won't be able to bring a player in because you're playing on Thursday as well. But on Friday, do you have practice on Friday if you guys win?
Uh, I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, we'll get with you if you guys end up winning. The next time you have practice, definitely I'll be keeping track of the stats. And the next time I can bring someone on quickly, like we do after practice, I'll you just let me know when the practice is, and I'll make the time and make sure that we bring another Lady Mustang on for that quick take one-on-one. Coach, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the Spurs game, and we'll
Who
talk to you soon.
who's gonna have a big game? Champagny?
He's due one. He hasn't really had
He hasn't
one.
had
His
one in a
sales
while.
been good.
I think he's gonna hit some threes tonight.
He's at home.
Yeah.
Usually the role players play good, so you're right. He has not had a big game. He's due one tonight, so I think he's going to have a 25 plus game. But either
There
way,
you
I'm
go.
taking the Spurs. Who you got?
Oh yeah, I got the Spurs
So
by
the series ends tonight.
the series ends tonight. Spurs by 20.
Woo, woo! I had them by. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go. I don't know by 20, but I do hope that they win this game, Coach. Enjoy the game, and
You
we'll talk
too.
to you soon. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bye.